You are Locked On Nuggets POSTCAST, powered by Mile High Sports, part of Locked On Sports Denver on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is this Denver Nuggets team, man? What a performance tonight from the boys as they take down the Golden State Warriors this evening on Monday, 114-105. Now, the final score, not that surprising, right? Kind of a revenge spot for Denver, a bounce-back spot, rather, after the terrible loss to the Washington Wizards. But about an hour and a half or so before tip-off, we found out that Denver was going to be down Christian Braun, Jamal Murray, and Nikola Jokic. And the Denver Nuggets somehow, some way, figure out a way to stop the red-hot Golden State Warriors for that 114-105 victory. This is your Locked On Nuggets POSTCAST. I'm your host, Aniello Piro. You guys can follow me on social media at Media by AP. And tonight's episode of your Locked On Nuggets POSTCAST is brought to you by our friends over at Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off of your first year. More from our friends over at Monarch Money in just a little bit. But wow, I was in disbelief. I was watching the first half, right? Eat my dinner. Oh, wow. Okay. They came to play tonight. Like to see the fight, right? That's kind of my internal monologue. I'm talking with a buddy, who's also watching the game. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like they're up at half. Like, nice. They didn't just roll over. They didn't just give up with no Jokic, no Murray, no Braun. And then we get to like midway through the third quarter. And I'm like, okay, like Steph's going to hit a couple 3-point shots. Golden State's going to go on a run. But Denver's playing really good on defense. And Aaron Gordon had a great game. And Russell Westbrook's hitting 3-point shots. And Peyton Watson's swatting blocks. Hunter Tyson's making shots. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, are the Nuggets going to win this game? Are they going to win this game? And the fourth quarter rolls around and, Golden State narrows the gap there a little bit, but then they're late in the fourth quarter. Big shot from Russell Westbrook, big shots from MPJ. And the Denver Nuggets hang on and take down the Dubs 114-105. I mean, this might be, look, I know the win against Oklahoma City, what was that, a week ago today, I want to say? Last Monday, I think. I mean, that could easily be the best win of the season. They had another good win against Oklahoma City earlier in the season. But, I mean, you want to talk about a gritty, determined victory, determined game plan tonight from the Denver Nuggets. This might just be the best win of the year for the fellas, considering they're down not just their two best players in Jokic and Murray, but also another starter in Christian Braun, who's been really good as of late. So, wow, what a performance tonight from the guys. And, I thought, I'm not going to lie. I was thinking about like, okay, the Nuggets are probably going to win this game tonight. Like, I was assuming that Jokic would play. I know Murray was banged up with the ankle injury, but I'm like, they're going to bounce back after a bad loss to Washington. Like, I felt confident in that. But then I saw who was all out for them tonight, and I was like, there's no way this is happening. No way. This is going to be a throwaway game. Let the young guys play. Hopefully MPJ finds some rhythm. But I just considering how good Golden State has been as of late, I just thought that they would win this game going away with no Nikola Jokic and no Jamal. And I was completely wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. As the Denver Nuggets get that 114-115 or 105 victory, 114-105. And looking at the stat sheet tonight, man, Aaron Gordon back in the lineup. He's been in and out, practically the entire season now. And no Jokic, no Murray, no Braun, no problem. As Aaron Gordon said, I was a star player in Orlando. I know how to lead a team. I know how to be the guy on the team. And that is exactly what Aaron Gordon did tonight, man. Let me play this little bumper music here because he's definitely our player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Setting the tone tonight on both ends of the floor was Aaron Gordon. I mean, what a game from him. He finishes plus 13 in the box plus minus. 38 points for Aaron Gordon, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 14 of 23 from the field, 4 of 6 from deep. And this has been a bit of a renaissance for Aaron Gordon, who I'm not sure if this is a career high. Let's see if I can pull this up here real quickly. But he is shooting the ball very, very well from three-point land this season. Let's see. Yeah, he's 44.6%. That is easily a career high for Aaron Gordon. It's not even close. Let's see. He shot 37.5% in his last season with the Orlando Magic from 3. And then right now he's shooting 44.6% this season from beyond the arc. So it has been absolutely incredible. And when healthy, look, Aaron Gordon is an absolute game changer for this Denver Nuggets team. And it's just a shame that he's been so hobbled by injuries. But you saw tonight, like I said, no Jokic, no Murray. He put the team on his back and really set the tone for them, as did Michael Porter Jr., hitting some big-time shots here tonight. But Aaron Gordon, I mean, what a breath of fresh air to get him back in the lineup. We've got some new highs, season and career highs on the TV here. Russell Westbrook, a season-high 16 assists, a season-high 38 points for Aaron Gordon, a career-high 9 points for Hunter Tyson. Spencer Jones, it's probably the first time I've talked about Spencer Jones on this show. 6 points for him. He had a steal and a block. I mean, let the kids play, man. And you know, it's interesting, right? Because I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself. But, like, what has been the number one problem with the Denver Nuggets this season? Defense. And they go up against the Golden State Warriors team that has been red hot. Like, let's take a look at these Warriors' recent victories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins in a row for Golden State coming into this matchup tonight against Denver. They beat the Hornets. They put up 119 on the Hornets. They put up 114 on the Knicks, 121 on the Nets, 115 on the Pistons, 130 on the Blazers, 130 on the Kings, and then a gutsy victory against the Knicks the other night, 97-94. And so this is a team that, you know, since acquiring Jimmy Butler, second half of the season, trade deadline, whatever you want to call it, I mean, has been really, really effective. And in between that 7-game winning streak, they lost to Philadelphia. But prior to that, they were on a 5-game win streak. So this is a team in Golden State that, you know, I know it's not the 17-18 Warriors with Kevin Durant and company, the 73-win team, but they are playing good basketball right now. And for Denver to take a defense-first approach tonight that ultimately paved the way for them for victory is just super impressive. I mean, Golden State barely had a lead in this game. They led by 1 point early, and that's about it. I mean, Denver really, you know, wall to wall essentially dominated this game in multiple facets. And, you know, when's the last time that, you know, I mean, in Denver, I believe this is now 8 straight victories against Golden State, 6 straight in Golden State for the Denver Nuggets as well. So since that playoff matchup in the year in which the Dubs won the championship, I want to say that was 2021, Denver has had their number. They outshot the Warriors tonight from three-point land. 14 for 39 was Denver. That's good for 35.9%. Just an abysmal three-point shooting night tonight for Golden State. They were 8 for 33. That's 24.2%. And, you know, they were basically even from the field. Denver 47.3%, Golden State 48.8%. So when it's all said and done, man, I mean, combination of good defense, big-time shot-making, leadership from Aaron Gordon, and, you know, Malone's hand being forced on St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to the Irishman, Michael Malone, having to play the young guys. And the young guys responded pretty well tonight, all things considered. I mean, Hunter Tyson, I know he only finished with 9 points, but, you know, some big shots that he made, you know, just having to play 20 minutes. I mean, you don't see that a lot from Hunter Tyson. Peyton Watson, 13 points, you know, missed a couple of free throws there late, but had 4 blocks in this game. I mean, Zeke Naji was 7 off the bench, Jalen Pickett with 3, Vlatko with 5, Spencer Jones with 6. They did just enough to provide that support that the starters or the makeshift starters needed. I mean, Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. are your only 2 cogs that have been consistent starters for the Denver Nuggets this season, and they did their job tonight. Again, 38, a season high for Aaron Gordon, and 21 points for Mr. MPJ. 3 of 10 from 3, 7 of 18 from the field, a double-double for Michael Porter Jr., 21 and 10, added 5 assists, 2 steals. And then Russell Westbrook, you know, he had a big 3-point shot there late. Couple of buckets, put the dagger in the Warriors' heart tonight as well there, right around the elbow with about a minute and change left in this game. 12 points tonight for Brody. A complete game, a triple-double for Russell Westbrook. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 16 assists. I mean, who saw this coming? Because I did not. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to admit it. I did not see this coming. I don't think anybody did. And it's funny because I'm in a group chat with the Denver Stiffs guys. And go check out that website, denverstiffs.com, of course. But, you know, Doug Ottewell, who's the editor-in-chief of Mile High Sports Magazine, I'll read you this text. He said, ... the most Nuggets thing ever is in the works. And I responded with, what is this game? And that's so Nuggets, baby. You know, I think back to the 7 when Denver was able to win that game with only 7 active players. I believe that was against Utah a few years back. You know, they had Jokic and Murray in that game. And tonight against a red-hot Golden State team, again, no Jokic, no Murray, no problem. MPJ, Aaron Gordon, Russell Westbrook, and the kids getting the job done here tonight for your 114-105 victory over the Golden State Warriors. Denver improves to 44-25 on the season. Golden State falls to 39-29. But all in all, what a game. What a fun treat on this Monday night. I saw Jokic, and I'll save these thoughts for after the break as well. I just did not see this coming, man. But that's basketball. That's sports. You got to love it. So let me hit my first break, my only break here tonight, guys. While we do that, go ahead and drop some comments. Let me know how you're feeling out there. As I always like to say, I'm the host of the show, but you, the fans, the listeners, the subscribers, are the ones that help me drive the conversation. So go ahead and drop some comments. I'll push them up on the screen. We'll go back and forth and have some fun here on your Locked On Nuggets postcast. We'll hit a quick break, come back and do just that here in just a moment. All right, you guys, real quick, let me tell you about our friends over at DoorDash. NBA fans, get ready. They swoosh, you save. Thanks to Dash Pass, every time a player drops 50 or more points in a game, you score a huge deal the next day. It's simple. When any player scores 50 or more in a game during the 2024-2025 NBA regular season, Dash Pass members get up to 50%, or not up to, they do get 50% off of an order up to $10 the next day from noon to midnight. Here are a few ways that you can take advantage of this deal. After an epic 50-point performance, celebrate by ordering wings, pizza, or burgers from your favorite spot delivered straight to your door. Whether you're staying up late watching highlights or just need a midnight snack, use Dash Pass to grab something delicious while saving big. Sign up for Dash Pass and be ready to save. When any player scores 50 or more in a game, Dash Pass members get 50% off an order the next day, up to $10 off. Just use promo code NBA50 from noon to midnight after a 50-point game on eligible orders at participating merchants. Must have an active Dash Pass account. Terms apply. Visit DoorDash to learn more. And let me also tell you real quick about our friends over at FanDuel, guys, because March Madness is here and FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's 200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories and even who's cutting down the nets. I got my eye on a few underdogs this year, and FanDuel makes it easy to back them with spreads, totals, and game props. And with tournament games happening almost every day, there's always something exciting to bet on. So visit FanDuel.com and get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. And let's welcome our friends Monarch Money to the show as well. 1 second. There we go. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? I literally did that this afternoon. Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery. Now I budget smarter and save more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off of your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONNBA for half off of your first year. Be sure to check out our friends over at Monarch Money and let them know that Locked On Nuggets sent you. Okay, welcome on back into your Locked On Nuggets postcast. I'm your host, Aniello Piro. You guys can follow me on social media at Media by AP. Do me a favor, if you're watching live on YouTube, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. That way you guys never, ever miss an episode of your Locked On Nuggets postcast right here on your Locked On Sports Denver YouTube channel. Wow, a 114-105 victory for the Denver Nuggets. And let me read this tweet that I sent to my buddies once I found out that Jokic was out. It's from Anthony Slater, covers the Warriors. It says, Michael Malone said he doesn't think Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray will be able to play tonight versus the Warriors. Said it'll be confirmed soon. This is the best part. Would put a damper on a spotlight matchup. To be fair, I think we were all kind of feeling that way, right? There's a little bit of intrigue when your best player is not in the game, but when it's your best player, your second best player, and a key starter against a red-hot Warriors team, what were the odds pregame? I know Denver was a slight dog right around plus 150 I saw before this game tipped off tonight, before the injury announcements. I'm assuming that doubled, probably 3-1 dogs was Denver, if not longer, in this game after Jokic, Murray, and Braun were all ruled out. And they showed up tonight. And what does this say about the Denver Nuggets, though? What does it say that they can hold the Golden State Warriors to 105 points without 3 starters? What does it say about their defense? And Jokic had that quote after the Wizards game that I saw on Sunday morning talking about how he believes, in a nutshell, you are what your record says you are. He doesn't think that they could just flip a switch, come playoff time. I'm sure that they can take it up a notch, but if anyone's expecting substantial flip switching, for lack of a better phrase, come playoff time, Jokic does not seem to be a believer in that. And that loss against Washington, coupled with the loss against Minnesota and just everything, the grind him out victory against the Lakers with no Luka and no LeBron. Like the last 3 games leading up to this one have been a bit funky for the Denver Nuggets. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so, is it an effort thing on defense? Is it a Jamal thing on defense? Is it a Jokic thing on defense? What is is it just a terrible off shooting night for Golden State, who is bound to come back down to earth? All of these dynamics are in play. But it does make you kind of sit back and wonder. Like I said, I was talking with a buddy as this game was going on. I'm like, what is this game? What is going on? Why can't they play defense like this consistently? Because if Denver can figure out a way to up the ante on defense, we know that they're a high-octane offense. You never really have to worry about the Nuggets when it comes to the scoring department. Even if they have a bad game, they figure out a way to bounce back, typically. But defense has been the Achilles heel of this team throughout the course of the season in regards to championship aspirations. They're not going to get anywhere just out shooting opponents. They're just not going to do it, especially because they've had some off-night shooting as well. Like I said, more often than not, they're going to figure it out offensively. But you think back to that Minnesota game. You think back to, a couple of the Knicks early in the year, Cleveland early in the year, right? Playoff championship caliber teams in the Eastern and Western Conference. And it's been a combination, bad defense and some subpar shooting along the way as well. And so what is it? Why is a young group of guys led by Aaron Gordon tonight, who's a phenomenal player now that he's healthy, hopefully he stays healthy, knock on wood. What is the difference? Is it Hunter Tyson getting a start and playing 20 minutes? Is it Peyton Watson knowing he has to step up? Is it leaning on a veteran, Russell Westbrook? Spencer Jones with 19 minutes tonight, Vlatko with 24? How do they flip this switch defensively? Because if they can figure out a way to keep flipping that switch, man, you can start to believe in this team. But the body of work, I tend to agree with Jokic, and they've been too inconsistent, and they've been bad against good teams this year for the most part. I loved that Oklahoma City win last week, but that's one win, right? I still think back to Cleveland, still think back to New York. I think back to Oklahoma City opening night. I think back to Boston on that Sunday matinee. And we've seen them lay some eggs in some big spots. And so, you have to take that at face value. But you also have to take this at face value as well, in the sense of, not even face value. They were a massive underdog coming into this game without Jokic and Murray and Braun. And they figured out a way to dig deep, a gritty, hard-fought victory tonight. And they really, they essentially blow out the Warriors almost. 114-105. It's not like it came down to the last play of the game. This game was over with about 2 and change left in it. Steph threw up a 3, didn't go in. Russ dagger at the elbow. See you later. So it's just one of those situations where you got to just live in the moment, right? You just got to sit back and enjoy it, right? And be happy that this happened, because this was an expected loss, at least in my mind. But how do they take the good from this game? And there was a lot of it, and now carry this over to the remaining games. You got the Lakers coming up, right? Some other interesting matchups. Let's take a look at the schedule here. I go over this every time on the show just because it's murderer's row down the stretch here. I think there's only about 2 or 3 games that are, layups for them, for lack of a better phrase. Lakers on Wednesday, Portland on Friday. You should win that. Houston, playoff team. You got Chicago. You should win that. You got Utah. You should win that. But you still got Milwaukee, Minnesota, Golden State again, Indiana, Sacramento, Memphis, and Houston, with San Antonio mixed in there with no Wemby. Ay. I don't really know what else there is to say. It's just you gotta have fun with this one, man. It's I am so curious. I saw the Bill Simmons podcast clip today, and he was basically, the prompt was, "Is Denver good?" And he was asking his co-host, I forget his name off the top of my head, would you be surprised if Denver got bounced in the first round? Would you be surprised if Denver made it to the Western Conference Final? And I think the answer to both of those is no. I would not be surprised if Denver got bounced in the first round. I would not be surprised if Denver made it to a Western Conference Final. They have just been so hot and cold. And so hopefully this win can help propel some momentum here down the stretch with only a handful of games remaining. and try to build, some good energy, some good mojo heading into the playoffs. It's all about matchups. You don't want to see Minnesota. That could very well be the case, though, with how the seeding is looking right now. But at the end of the day for tonight, folks, it's a 114-105 victory over the Golden State Warriors, who are at, Steph was out there, Draymond was out there, Jimmy Butler was out there, Buddy Hield was out there. Their guys were out there. Denver down 3 starters. They figured out a way to get the win. Let's see any other stats here that we could dive into. Again, if you guys got any thoughts, comments, questions, go ahead and drop those now. Go back and forth here and have some fun. I mean, Denver killed them Golden State killed them in points in the paint, 64-46. Denver turned the ball over 22 times. I mean, some ugly stats from that. They did clean up on the boards, though, 53-38 for Denver, and they played small tonight, obviously, with Aaron Gordon starting at the center. But they led by as many as 15 in this game. Golden State led by as many as 1. I mean, Denver, that first half really patted them. Outscored Golden State 29-22 in the first, 33-28 in the second, knotted up at 27 all in the third, and then Golden State outshoots Denver by 3 points there in the fourth, 28-25. But combination of the defense, I mean, think about that. No 30-point quarters tonight for the Golden State Warriors. None. A team that's been red hot. So I'll leave you with this. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button on your way out the door, and enjoy this one, folks, because despite beating the Lakers on Friday, it was ugly. Losing to Washington is disgusting. That loss against Minnesota was foul. But tonight, in the most Nuggets way possible, they take down a surging Golden State Warriors team. But all right, that is going to do it for me, folks. I'm your host, Aniello Piro. This is your Locked On Nuggets postcast. You can follow me on social at Media by AP. Appreciate y'all as always tapping in. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Really helps me out. My guys, Ryan Blackburn, Matt Moore, Swipe Up will have you covered with more Nuggets conversation on your standard Locked On Nuggets podcast. This is your postcast. So this is your first time tuning in. I've been here after just about each and every game throughout the course of the season, and I'll continue to be here as long as there's basketball to be played for the Denver Nuggets in this season. But it's a 114-105 victory against the Dubs. Enjoy it, folks. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Talk to you guys on Wednesday night.